The session is being recorded now. Sir, you can start. Can you start the slideshow and we can start?
Yeah. Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So, welcome, friends.
One request for all the participants, please put your microphones on mute, and if you're not in an office environment, please turn off your camera. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
So, I am Dr. Prabakaran calling from Coimbatore. So, I'll be talking to you about the farmers' participatory quality seed production, which is being done in this institute for the past 5 years in a successful way, which has enabled the farmers, not all the cane farmers, at least the seed farmers who are participating in the seed production program, not only in our institute, but also our regional center at Karnal. The income is double or more than double. So this success story has been replicated in our Karnal center for the past 3 years after getting this information from our main center, Coimbatore. So I'll be talking about the seed production program going on in ICAR-SBI Coimbatore center only. Since part of the work done in Karnal will be delivered by one of my colleagues from Karnal later in the program. So I'll be mostly concentrating on the work done at Coimbatore center. Coming to this farmers participatory quality seed production, you know, seed is the important input in any crop husbandry. If you take any crop, seed is the important one. We are talking about seed in the initial stage itself after learning about the number of varieties being developed at SBI and released for the entire country, because we are the monopoly in developing the sugarcane varieties in the country, and it has spread almost 70 to 80% of the area of the both tropical as well as subtropical sugarcane areas of the country. I know subtropical area is more and is mostly in the Uttar Pradesh state, and you know the variety of CO0238, a success variety, wonder variety, which is being released, which was released from this institute. So all the success happened only because of these concerted efforts of the breeders to develop the varieties and spread the varieties through a good quality seed production program. Coming to the seed production program, seed in sugarcane, and I don't know how many of you are actually working on sugarcane. Sugarcane seed is a very unique one. It's not an actual true seed. It's actually propagules, mostly for a vegetative part used as seed material. So I refer seed here only the seed cane, not as a sexually propagated seed. Actually, there are a lot of efforts are going on in our institute to develop varieties amenable for seed production through true seed production. But that is in the very infant stage, and we cannot discuss that one now. However, the seed, the varieties which is occupying more major area in the country is being propagated through these sets, which actually there are two types. One is with the two budded, another one is single budded. Mostly farmers go for two budded sets, which is actually nothing but cutting the cane into different pieces with the two buds, active buds, which can give rise to plantlets. So this seed actually done in a very high volume crop, which has been cut and brought to the farm and made into sets, and then again transported back to the field to plant it. This is a very laborious thing. Still, we are following this one because we don't have any alternative. However, in the recent times, we have gone for single budded sets, which is very precision in planting, so that if you are very clean about cultivation as well as the preparation of the field, then you can go for single budded sets, which can give rise to the plant without any problem. However, here also we have problems in getting the planting the material and getting the adequate number of population. So the effective way is go for raising the seedlings from single bud. I have shown you some sets which is being actually that buds have been ripped off from the cane, and it has been planted in the trays, and it has been germinated, and it has been established for up to 30 days, then planted in the field. This way we are ensuring that there is no problem of germination, and the establishment of the crop is also very good. But this is also consuming a lot of labor and other effort. Only the farmers who have some expertise as well as facilities for this nursery, raising nursery facility, then they are going for this type of method of propagation. I think our Karnal center people have done very well, because that center is actually concentrating on the northern part, subtropical area, where sugarcane area is very high, and people are actually ready to take up this type of settling production and go for planting. That he will be talking about that in later stage. Coming to this our condition, we mostly advocate for sets which has been produced from the healthy cane. We never go for very aged cane. We go only for canes with 6 to 7 months old. More than that, we never advocate. Whereas in the northern area, they go even up to 12 months of cane. They have some constraints in production, so they go for that type of cane. So this way, the seed production in sugarcane is well established, and as well as the technique is not very new. But the thing is, we have sophisticated this one so that it can suit to any type of soil as well as any type of planting, cropping method, cropping method. So coming to this seed production as such, which can be actually, seed is important thing I told you, but which cannot be constrained if it is affected by the diseases and pests in the initial stage itself. So disease-free seedlings or seedlings or sets are very much essential, for which we have actually designed a method to go for tissue culture or micropropagation. In this method, actually, the young buds from the breeder seed is actually dissected out aseptically, and it will grown in the culture, and finally we are getting the seedlings. These seedlings will be free of any disease like OLD, the yellow leaf disease, is a viral disease, as well as some of the red rot diseases which are actually transmitted through sets or seed. So this way we are actually avoiding this primary material from diseases. So disease-free seeds are derived from tissue culture, so that this can be again introduced into the 3-tier nursery system, which is actually followed in many of these sugar factories, because factories actually coordinate between institute as well as the farmers to supply large quantity of seeds. So institute cannot produce that much quantity of seed in our farm. So what they are doing is they are taking a breeder seed from us, multiply that is tissue culture material, multiply in their field in 3 cycles. They call 3-tier nursery. Finally, it is going to the farmer's field. So 3 times it is multiplied, the larger quantity, and it's going to the farmer's field. This 3-tier nursery is a very successful method in both cooperative sugar factories as well as the private sugar factories. So coming to this tissue culture, I'll be actually avoiding this methodological description. But anyway, this is an important method whereby we take the nucleus seed. From that nucleus seed, we develop into breeder seed. So this is about the simple seed system which is being followed in sugarcane, but very difficult to multiply the large quantity of quality seed in research farms as well as factory farms. So farmers have to be, they have to be involved in this seed production program, so that large quantity quality seed can be produced and dispersed with the other farmers. So for this, actually, we started in the institute for the past 5 years a unique maintenance breeding methodology, so that it's a continuous activity. We maintain the nucleus clones. So, for example, if we have a variety like Co 86032 in Tamil Nadu, which is very popular variety, but we can see the deterioration of their traits in many of the parts because of the repeated use of the same cane seeds for the past 25 years. So, in that way, rejuvenation of the seeds, that variety, which is a very popular variety, occupying almost 60% of the area in the peninsular region. So we actually go for tissue culture and from the nucleus clone, which is being maintained by the breeder. So there is no genetic degradation in this clones. The nucleus clone is maintained. We have a unique method of cane to row method, by which we have eliminated all this canes which are actually not unique to that nucleus clone. So nucleus clones identified like this is actually micropropagated and taken to the field for developing breeder seed. So last year, just an example I am giving, last year, we have gone for this breeder seed and quality seed in our farm, our institute, 1,234 tons of seeds. This is very high because earlier, before 5 years, we used to have only 100 tons of breeder seed, whereas now we have more than 1,200 tons of nuclear seed, the breeder seed. This way, we have actually enhanced our production in the farm only by participating, using the farmers' participation mode, so that we can go for larger area based on demand. See, unlike other crops where seed is actually multiplied, produced, and actually staked, and it can be stored in the storehouse, and as and when it's required, it can be sold. Whereas in sugarcane, it has to go from the farm to farm. It cannot be stored. It has to be cut from the field in the correct age, that is 6 to 7 months old crop. Immediately it has to be taken to the other field for planting. So that way we cannot go for production without any proper intent. Taker should be there. There should be somebody who wishes to take the seed. Otherwise, we cannot go for any larger quantity of seed. So whatever I am presenting, the larger quantity is based on the intent we receive, and production also based on that only. Unless there is intent, we never go for production of that particular variety. Coming to this tissue culture plants, we also encourage all the other factory people who are actually taking breeder seed from us for multiplying in the 3-tier system and give to the farmers. In that case, tissue culture plants, which are actually disease-free material of quality seed developed from the nuclear seed clone, actually supplied to the factory people based on their intent. This is also actually little costlier in cost of the seedling is very little more, so there will be restriction. And the supply also from 25,000 for 5 years back, now we have gone for 1 lakh. That way we are increasing based on this, also based on request and need, and by which we can go for larger quantity of quality seed using this breeder seed developed from the tissue culture plant. So this way, this is the production which we have done it in Coimbatore, which is completely unique one and very high in quantity, because participation from the farmers. Because our farm, we have a limited area, we have a lot of breeding trials, breeding material development, assessment of their genetic purity, as well as we have the screening, different germ plasm maintenance and screening. So that way we don't have any area extra for developing the quality, for producing a quality seed as per intent. So we have gone to the farmers, we have selected the farmers based on their contribution, and we have gone for this level of even up to 2,000 tons of seed per year from this institute at Coimbatore Center. Similarly, we have same production level at Karnal Center also, that will be dealt in the latest presentation. Coming to the contribution of varieties in the southern region, this tropical region, this I was talking about Co-86032, a variety, a wonder cane, which is for the past 20 years, it's actually very prominent in many of the states in southern India, including some parts of Gujarat. So this peninsular zone is actually occupied by this variety for a larger area. And our production also, you can see the 56% of our production is this variety. This is completely a rejuvenated variety, which is actually replacing the old seeds of 86032 in the farmers' field. Farmers are so happy that we are actually realizing the very higher yield than original earlier version of the 86032 released very long back, 20 years back. So this way, we have actually rejuvenated the old variety, whereas we have given equal importance for the new varieties. So new varieties are actually released every year for the different zones and different purpose and different with the different traits. For example, we have released the Co-0212. It's a drought tolerant variety. It's a boon. When it was introduced in the year 2016, there was no takers. Actually, the crop actual growth was not very comparable to the of 86032, which is a prominent variety. In that case, I think yesterday Dr. Hema Prabha told about all the varieties which is being cultivated in the country, developed from this institute, occupying more area. So this is one of the varieties which earlier people were not preferring, including the factory people. So our seed program, we have developed very high quality seeds and supplied to all the people. Many times we have forcibly I have given them seeds so that let them try in their farms. Now it actually in the western part of Tamil Nadu, it's picking up because of the water stress. We have limited water availability. There was a failure of monsoon for the past 4 or 5 years in Tamil Nadu. So this variety is a boon. So it is actually started spreading And likewise, we have released a variety for Peninsula Zone 09004 high quality variety. It's occupying more major area in Maharashtra and northern Karnataka. And last year, we have 2018, we have released a variety 11015 to Tamil Nadu specifically with high sugar and sugar recovery. So these new varieties also, we have gone for seed production based on intent. Tamil Nadu government has given a larger intent. So based on their request, we have gone for higher intent. So this is also these three varieties together actually occupying 44% of our seed program. And so we are balancing the old variety and new variety so that our new varieties also got popularized among the farmers, and also the farmers are getting the benefit out of this new variety, including the high recovery for factory people. So this is one variety 09004. I was telling about this variety from Maharashtra, very prominent variety, high sucrose, as well as it has actually high yield also in Maharashtra and northern Karnataka. This is 11015, a Tamil Nadu specific variety. It's released in a very short time, in a very rapid way. Very shorter time they took for identification of the variety by Tamil Nadu State Variety Release Committee. It is released, and we have gone for higher seed production so that to satisfy all the needs of these factory people. 46 factories in Tamil Nadu. This is also another view of the variety last year seed crop. It is actually 7 months old crop. Just before cutting, we have gone for a seed day, and that day we have taken this photograph. So what I am trying to say here is large scale seed, quality seed production in sugarcane is possible only by the farmers' participatory mode. Thereby, we can produce any quantity of seed required by using the basic seed material which has been developed by the institute through tissue culture, as well as it is multiplied in the institute fields for as a breeder seed and taken to the farmers' field for large scale quantity seed production. I was talking about this participation of farmers. Unless we make farmers aware of this program, we cannot go for farmers this type of seed production program. So this actually, we have introduced a new scheme to the farmers. Progressive farmers have been selected based on their infrastructure as well as farm facilities, as well as soil type and their irrigation facilities and their proximity to Coimbatore, because the seed production program has to be monitored by breeders very frequently. So far away place means it's very difficult. So we have selected all the farmers all are in and around the Coimbatore district and Tirupur district nearby, and selected farmers have been given training, because unless they are very much aware of the requirement of this institute, they will go for a normal sugarcane production. So we have taught them how to produce the quality seed and what is the benefit they are going to get out of this seed, rather than go for normal seed cane of 12 months old crop. Here 6 or 7 months you are going to get more profit, and finally they were convinced and gone for undergone this training, and they have gone for this seed production. So monitoring is another aspect which I was telling you, because we have selected places nearby Coimbatore, around 70 to 100 kilometers from Coimbatore, our institute, so that we can go very frequently to these places and monitor the operations as well as the rogging, and also the see whether any impurity has come in the farm or diseases have come, so that they can be rejected and it's not again multiplied and given to the farmers. So finally, this is when farmers are involved, always the problem is with the payments. So usually factories will take time to give the money, as well as they pay less. And we have a program. The payment will be made through institute, and institute will collect the money from the intenders and give the money based on the supply to the producers, so that there is no problem, there is no rift between the factory as well as the farmers. This way, this even institute also getting some service charges, which can be used for the further improving the program based on like infrastructure as well as the travel to the different places. So supply is another constraint. You know, people will give intent, but they will not lift the seeds. But here we have regularized this supply by the way they have to pay in advance, so that they have to take the seed. So once they pay the money, they never delay. Based on our request, immediately they will come and collect the seed. And here, based on the quantity taken, then the amount will be settled. So this way, this is a very successful program. And based by seeing our progress, I think many of the institutes which are actually struggling with sugarcane seed production are coming up with the new seed programs. And especially our Karnal Center, earlier it was very much, though it is a very hot spot for seed, but still production was constrained, and now they have a clear mechanism so that they can also produce very high quality of seeds from their center. This is a large-scale seed production. Simply, they cannot. We cannot just tell the farmers to produce. We have to train them. We have to motivate them. This here, one of the picture taken from our seed day program, where all the farmers who are participating in the program has come, and director is very kind enough to talk to them and induce them, and actually he directly know their name and they used to interact with them. That way, we are actually motivating many farmers. Every year, our farmers list is actually growing, and our farmers' participation is very much encouraged. This is the intent which we got it from different factories. This is just to tell you, this is a small intent which we got it. But fortunately, Government of Tamil Nadu has taken up a program, NATP, and they have given subsidy to the seed program of all the factories, including the private factories. So that request has come from the government itself for 1,200 tons, and we have planned in such a way that this entire quantity has been produced and supplied. That's a great thing, because many times there will be some problems in seed, crop, rejection, all these things. Finally, we could make it to the quantity which is actually intended by supplying the quality seed. Coming to the method we are following, actually we never insist on our own methodology for planting and all these things. We listen to the farmers, tell them what is best, allow them to go for their own method, and finally they will realize which is very good. So based on that, now we have standardized the methodology for different soil type. Here you can see the Chalka soil of Tirupur district, where water is a constraint, but everywhere we recommend only for drip irrigation. So everywhere they have gone for drip irrigation, but while planting, they are following either this type of wet planting, they call wet planting, irrigate the trenches and go for planting the canes. And also we have gone for reduced seed rate. Earlier they used to use at least 3 tons of seed per acre. Now our recommendation, we used to give only 1.5 tons of seed, which has to be completed for 1 acre. So naturally, now they learn how to avoid waste of seed, so that they can gain more seed for more area. See, this way, we can also go for more area with our foundation breeder seed, which has been developed from the institute. So this method of planting is recommended only for that type of soil. Coming to the black soil, where it is heavy nature, we have gone for planting in the dry area field, and again gone for putting the drip directly without going for drenching. This way, this method is suitable for black soil. And many farmers go for planting of the seedlings, which has been produced from our institute, so that directly they can go for wet planting. So these are the 3 methods which actually we follow based on the farmers' infrastructure, soil type, as well as the seed availability. We go for all these methods. So crop establishment used to be very nice, and that's no problem. And because of the seedling planting, we have 100% population. There's no problem in the establishment. Slowly crop grows and the tillering stage. And interculture is done very frequently, because we have gone for white spacing more than what is recommended for Tamil Nadu condition. We have gone for 5 feet distance, so that small tiller can be operated for interculture. So interculture is done to avoid weeds, and also sometimes we go for weedicides also. So crop is always kept clean and neat and clean, so that establishment and again growth will be more in this sugarcane. The crop grows like this in different stages, and comes to the stage where we have gone for the earthing up. Earthing up is done so that lodging is avoided. Here, earthing up is not very big, because we used to harvest a crop in 6 to 7 months rather than 12 months. So normally commercial cane is harvested in 12 months, whereas here seed is harvested 6 to 7 months, because that's the ideal stage for getting the good sets to be planted in the field. So we recommend only up to 7 months of crop. Beyond that, we never take for seed. So this way, crop is actually gone for earthing up, and frequent visit by scientists from SBI help the farmers to identify the problem, especially nutrient deficiency sometimes, and many times we used to get the problems with the insect pest and diseases. And these all are well managed, because diseases occurrence will be very, very minimal, because we have gone for tissue culture derived seedlings, most of the time, up to 5 to 6 generation, there won't be any problem of viral diseases from the seeds which has been developed from this institute. So crop grows and different stage of crop, and we are based on the interest of the farmer. The variety developer will visit the field and he observes the condition of the crop, recommends any remedy has to be done, and based on that, the crop is actually cultivated up to 7 months. So this is 6 to 7 months. This is a crop, ideal crop. Now it's in the field 86032. We are going to harvest it in January and give it to the farmers. This is another view where farmers actually grow the crop, as well as they bring other people from other districts as well as other villages, so that they can also come to the program in a shorter way. So we have made, I think, 3 zones as seed zones in Coimbatore district for ideal for sugarcane seed production, and they are called seed villages also. So one of the expert team which has visited the field based on the request of the farmers. Another thing is this actually, usually we never go for any special operation to protect the crop from lodging. Whereas because of this good care taken by one farmer, the crop has started lodging even in the 6th month, just before going for cutting of the seeds. So in that case, we have asked the farmer, he himself has taken interest just to avoid, because once the crop is lodged, the quality of seed will actually get deteriorated, and there will be sprouting of the buds, and so many losses will be there. So to avoid that, he has gone for his own method of keeping the crop erect so that there won't be any lodging. So like that, with the interest of the farmers and the experts' advice, we have gone for production in the last year, 2019-20. We have supplied in February, March 2020. This quantity of seed means 1,196 tons of seed instead of 1,200, almost equal to that intent, has been supplied to different factories. And these are the producers. 11 farmers have been produced. What is the amount they got it? This I will be discussing in the last slide, how much they got benefited from this one. I'll just carry on with our activity before going to the farmer's perspective. So seed production, last year, this is the 3 or 4 varieties we have produced. These are the quantity produced, and you can see the average seed productivity also. Some varieties are giving more based on their, actually I was saying about Co 86032, 51 tons per acre. You can see that the 1 acre it has produced in a shorter time of 6 to 7 months. So, whereas some of the new varieties could not compete that much, there are some constraints in that. But even then, whatever they have got it, it's very high, and the total average is almost 43 tons per acre has been produced from in their season. This some of the crops just while cutting we have taken. This is a crop you can inside, because we are showing crop in the outside. You can see the all the way off the field has been harvested, and you can see the crops stand and performance in the seed crop while harvesting. These some of the new variety. This is actually the 09004. This is the variety 86032. Here actually the crop was very good, but their seed cane was thin. There was a perception about the thickness of cane. Actually, thin the cane, the more benefit for the farmers for as a seed. Whereas many farmers who have taken a seed, they refuse to cultivate the thin seed, claiming that it will give only thin canes again. But actually, we convince them this is a seed crop developed from tissue culture. You go for it. Now this year, same farmer who refused, now he is asking for that kind of seed which we have recommended. So that way, this program has given more proximity to the farmers towards our institute, so that they can take the quality seed based on their own requirement. This is another variety. This is a Wonder Cane 86032 in an ideal stage for cutting this year. This is a variety 8603. Sorry, this is 6030. It's a famous variety because of their cane character. It is very specific to 1 or 2 districts of Tamil Nadu. So the cane has been produced only for that purpose. This is a cane. You can see 2 varieties. One extreme is 86032 in the 11th. In the extreme left. You can see the right side. It's 212 new variety. We have, for comparison, we have put both are the same age. But see the performance of the old variety, still it's better. and so that's why it's actually request is more for this variety. So another view of the crop, harvesting. Another thing is always there is a problem with the intenders. Many times they will not get satisfied. They will try to come select their own field for cutting. Many times we used to say all are same only, same material has been developed, but we have to convince them. So one of the factory people who are actually searching for this ideal place for cutting the seed for their own factory. Finally, this is one crop which is actually very well in demand or because of the growth. So the thing is, handling of the crop is only very peculiar is that we have to transport in a larger quantity. So this way only we have actually initiated a program to develop the true seeds, so that instead of this type of trucks and trucks of seed, we can take in only small bags seeds, so that can be raised in nursery and go for developing a crop, a good sugarcane crop. But unfortunately, still that program is it's going on, not with much success. Till that is coming to the market, we have to go with this type of large scale quantity lifting of seed cane. But the thing is, from nook and corner of Tamil Nadu state, they are coming to Coimbatore to collect the seed. That shows their interest, though it is actually laborious process, cutting, loading, again transporting through heavier vehicles. Still, they are very much interested because of the quality. So once we have quality, there will be good demand, and this demand will actually help the crop to grow more area and more profit to the farmers. So this is supply we have done to the factories. You can see the different factories in Tamil Nadu state, both cooperative and private factories have been taken the seeds. And similarly, this year also under the same NATP program, Department of Agriculture, Tamil Nadu government has given 1,500 tons of seed. Actually, we have done the planting in July, and we are ready to supply it in January 2021. So this way, this program is even after 5 years going very well. And this we have done the planting using the tissue culture plants. Crop is in good stage now, and we are very hopeful that we can fulfill the demand of 1,500 tons in this crop. Coming to this next important aspect, growing the crop, giving the seed, it's not very beneficial unless you go for the capacity building of the farmers who are actually doing this seed production, and also transmit the technology which has been developed from the institute, so that seed production will be very effective, and also the produced seed is lifted in time and based on the quality of the seed. So this way we have gone for some of the programs which will actually encourage the farmers, factory people, and also the scientists who actually develop the variety also getting some actually benefits from this program, because unless the variety is popularized using high quality seed, it is going to be very disastrous. So we used to conduct every year interaction meeting for participating. We used to call all the farmers actually who is taking the seed production program in the factories in their own 3-time nursery system by taking the original material from our institute. This way they tell their own feedback, and we also get their feedback through factory people. Finally, we design the program to suit their need and get the seed in time, and also the quality seed is distributed equally to all the factories, so that the entire state is covered with the quality seed. Coming to the training, farmers training, we used to call them to the institute and train them earlier. Nowadays, for the past 3 years, what we are doing, we used to go to the different factory areas every year, one cooperative factory, one private factory, so that that particular full factory area is covered with the training of the farmers at different locations. In that way, this is the one at EAD Parry factory at Nellikuppam, and we interact with the farmer who has taken the seed directly in their field, and their actually doubts have been cleared. And this way, this seed program is very much advancing the new varieties, because otherwise, unless they are convinced, they never go for new varieties. They want only the old varieties, but we convince them by demonstrating the new varieties in their own field. There's the same training program in other place, Kallakurchi Co-op Sugar Factory. There also, you can see interestingly, some farmers, several times they write to us for varieties. Whereas therefore, factory people, they never supply the variety what they request. Here is the one farmer, he actually directly got our seed, and finally he's explained to the factory man that I got it from directly from SBI, because he is somewhere he has read the literature in Tamil local language, and he is very much attracted to this variety. Finally, now because of him, the entire village has gone for this variety after seeing his results, and the factory also convinced. I was telling about the 212 new variety. The factory area is now almost covered with the new variety because of this our efforts of quality seed through farmers. This is also another video where we have gone for the farmers participatory seed production and training. We have trained them at different places this year also. This in the December month we have completed 2 or 3 trainings. And another thing is a new variety, unless it is actually shown to the farmer, it is not going to get popularized. Another thing, this is one field day we have conducted for the new variety Co 11015 released last 2018. 2019 we have gone for seed production. That seed crop only we have gone for a field day, and it was actually eye opener for many of the new farmers to go for this new variety from the traditional varieties. So some of the views where scientists interacted with the farmers, and even convincing our own scientists with different discipline about the performance of variety itself. It's actually a difficult job, because many times they'll discourage just to have a better variety. So this way we are trying to educate them about the performance of the variety so that it can go to the farmers without any problem through extension. Coming to the seed, see, farmers have done their job. Then we used to have our seed village day where we have cultivated the crop and taken the seed production. So the seed village day, the families have been called, and we have actually distributed that money which is due to them as a demand draft, so that they will get encouraged. Their family is also very happy. Other farmers who are actually residing nearby also got encouraged, and they are actually coming forward to grow the crop as seed crop. In the institute level, we used to we call the farmers so that they can share their experience with us, our own scientists, so that this scientist who has developed the variety will be actually very happy about it. And we also honor the farmers and also the breeder who has developed the variety. Coming to the nutshell, what we have done for the past 5 years from this program, after introduction of the participatory seed production program in SBI, mere 163 tons of quality seed in 2015-16. We have gone up to 2,148 tons of seed in the year 18-19, their high production. And the last year we have gone for 1,197 tons. This fluctuation, we have gone for high. This fluctuation is only due to demand. Based on demand, the 18-19 demand was very high, so we produced that much. Whereas 19-20 little down because of the drought, and we have gone for that much production. So there is no depth. The seed, any quantity of seed can be produced provided there is a indent. That way, with the highest productivity average seed yield per acre also I realized in the 6 to 7 months old crop, and the farmers are so happy that they can go for 3 crops in a cycle of 2 crops of sugarcane, so that the seed can be distributed to the factory people based on their indent. This is in a nutshell what we have done in different farmers. You can see that I have calculated this based on tons per hectare. Our state average is almost 90 tons per hectare in the 12-month crop. Whereas in the 6 to 7 month crop itself, we have got almost 100, almost more than 100. Sometimes the area is less, 141. Like that, we have gone for production which is higher than that of state average in the 6 to 7 month old crop. Then which farmer will actually avoid going for this crop, this seed crop? So they'll be happy to go for this crop. I have consolidated the different farmers who have done it. Almost every farmer has crossed more than the lowest level of state average, and they have gone for even 1.5 times that of the state average also. They are very happy. This is based on their facilities, soil type, and their farmers' irrigation facility available on the farm. They have got very good yield. But unless quality is there, this is not considered as seed, and it will get rejected. So quality seed production with the participation of farmer, a high success story. Only because of this. You can see this. This table shows that every year how much we have grown, how much hectares we have grown, what is the average productivity, how much is the additional income farmer got it per hectare. So this calculation you can see almost they are getting from 64,000 to 1,83,000 more of profit in a hectare of crop grown in the different years. This fluctuation is because some farmers have got less because of the drought, and that when we make average, it has come down. But actually, no farmer got any loss. They always get profit, a minimum of 60,000 per hectare, and that has actually given a more actual enthusiasm among the farmers to come forward to go for seed crop in the next crop cycle. So that way, we are also happy that we got very good feedback and response from the farmers. This farmer participatory seed production also given additional income in the Tamil Nadu state. Other than what I calculated, you can see now in Tamil Nadu state, this is around more than a state average. Profit is around 50,000 rupees. And the seed farmer actually saving 8,000 rupees per hectare, which he has to spend for tea thrashing. Tea thrashing is done in the commercial crop, not in seed crop. Seed crop, we retain it because to avoid any bud damage in the transport, we always sell it. Even for trash also they are getting money. For trash also they are getting money. Tea thrashing also avoided so that they get a lot of profit from this avoiding this activity. And harvesting and transport is a charge actually levied from the farmers in a commercial crop. Whereas in seed crop, whoever comes and lift the seed, they pay the harvesting charges and they pay the transport. So that is a complete saving for them. So total additional income for seed farmer per hectare in Tamil Nadu condition is 1,61,000, which is excluding the extra cost which we are paying for seed. For example, if we take a commercial crop, we are paying 2,560 rupees per ton from the factory, and they cut the harvesting transport charges also. Whereas a seed crop, we pay 3,000 rupees per ton, which is 440 rupees more than their commercial crop. And when you calculate the total quantity, they will be getting around 48,000 extra. So really, they get around 2,10,280 rupees per hectare as additional profit to the seed crop. This way, this seed crop of sugarcane, which has gone for the farmer participating mode through the ICAR-SugarcaneBreeding participation, has given them additional income almost more than that of the double that of the commercial crop. So farmers are coming forward for commercial seed cane production in a larger way, so that whatever demand is coming from the factories as well as the farmers, which can be met from this type of participatory mode seed production. So I wish to thank, unless these people have given hands to SBI, this program would have not been a successful one. So I must thank them, and they continue to support us. And this actually leads us a great revolution in seed production sugarcane in the institute, which is actually more than 100-year-old institute. But the seed production program has flourished only for the past half decade. And thanks to these farmers. Thank you very much. Thank you, friends. I actually completed my presentation. If you have any clarification regarding this presentation, you can come forward and ask me.
Thank you, sir. If there are any queries, please ask, or if there are any interactions you want to do, sir, you can go to the chat window. There are some questions also, but you can ask via mic also. Participants are requested, if they can directly talk on the mic, they can ask questions directly. There are some questions in chat also, sir.
What is your experience of thin cane from tissue culture? We happen to see a lot of thin canes when farmers are using TC-based planting material. Surendran, Senior Scientist at CBW, CW or DM. Friends, actually, tissue culture seedlings actually never be a thing, in my opinion. If you grow it correctly, if it's done in a proper way, there is no problem with the commercial cane thickness is the same as that of tissue culture seedlings. Only thing is, it will take little more time to establish and come to the level of a normal crop. So that way, thin cane, even if it comes a thin cane, it never reflected in the next crop. If as a seed crop, even if it is thin, that's not a problem, because the more the thin, you'll get more buds. In the same 1 ton of seed, you will get more buds. Whereas if you take commercial crop, cane should be very thick. That I understood. So seed crop tissue culture doesn't have any direct role to be a thin cane in the crop. But if you have a problem in nutrition of the crop, or if you go for weed control in a later stage, means not timely weeded, then naturally you'll get a thin cane. And also the closeness of the crop. You go for planting the tissue culture plant 2 feet apart in a row, and the row should be 5 feet apart, so that the more the distance, the crop growth will be more, and also the tillering capacity will be more. So kindly do that. Don't think that seedling is very small, so go for closer spacing. Closer spacing always results in thin cane. It's only a management problem. It's nothing to do with methodology or the tissue culture. It is only a problem with the management in the seed crop. What is the seed rate for UP by mentioned method? Seed rate in not only UP, anywhere. See, UP also we have seen the wider spacing. You can go for 1.5 tons of seed cane. You size it to the 2 butted sets and you can grow it in a 1 acre of land. But if you want to go for settlings, 5,000 settlings are enough. Settlings means single buds have been removed from the crop, planted in a tray, grown into the age of 30 days and planted in the field. That way you actually assured the establishment. You can go only for 5,000 seedlings are enough, settlings are enough for an acre of the crop, acre of the land. And there is no change in tissue culture. We never actually recommended to the farmer for tissue culture. Tissue culture seedling will go for 3-tier nursery system only to the factory people. So that is based on their own advantage. They go for little more spacing so that they are getting more crop. And I'm telling you, don't use always this rotund seedlings. See, means many times we cut the seeds, quality seeds. Afterwards, farmers will tend to sell it again in the next year after 6 to 7 months as seed. Don't do that. That will actually hamper the quality of the seed. So that way, age of the seedling, age of the crop, quantity of the crop is same for every part of the country, including UP. What is that? There is no parasitic nematode problem. In my opinion, we have actually a nematologist working here. Here, our nematologist is not working on nematode as a pest. Actually, he is using nematode as biological control organism. So they are using for white grub. White grub is a menace in many of these peninsular India, and we have a formula developed by our own scientists, which is very active against this white grub. White grub is controlled by nematode. So the nematode is used as a biological control agent rather than a parasite. So effect of flowering and quality of seed. For your kind information, when you go for seed production, it is only a 6 to 7 month age crop. It never flower. Almost many of the varieties which we have developed are very shy in flowering. Even for breeding, we used to actually wait for several years for flowering. In that case, the seed crop of variety released from this institute never had the problem in for flowering in the crop, in the seed crop. Even if it is there, I don't think it is going to be there. Even if it is there, this flowering is not going to hamper the germination of the buds, provided you have the buds very intact and healthy. So that way, flowering is not going to be a problem in seed production. So wild big, there is no control. So we actually here itself we have purchased from the Telangana Agriculture University a scarer, means it creates a lot of sounds. It has been put it in the field because we have severe problem of this wild boar, especially in our breeding crops, which are having high sugar content. That type of material will be actually completely damaged by this wild boars. So we will only thing is we have to chase them using this type of method. There is no clear-cut methodology because we cannot kill it. It's actually a wild animal. So we have to only chase it, and we are trying different methods. The seed available for 11015. I am telling you, I don't know, Dr. Arjana using. It is actually available for farmer. There is no problem. But we have not actually recommended it for other state other than Tamil Nadu. This year, it's going to complete its second year of ABT. Based on its performance, if it is released, it will be given to all the state people. But at present, for Tamil Nadu farmers, we are giving, there is no constraint at all. It is available. What type of insect disease problem you come across in the varieties you have? Actually, we have disease problem almost nil because we have gone for tissue culture. Only thing is, if at all it's coming from the commercial crops, some of the viral diseases like mosaic, we used to actually rogue it out and go for a little spray to avoid vectors. Otherwise, disease is not a big problem. Whereas insects is really a problem. There's early shoot borer. We have the recommended plant control measure which is being used, and there is no other big problem regarding this one. Roguing operation, yes, we have done the roguing, especially to remove one or two small seedlings which may not represent the exact type of material that what we have grown. Sometimes there will be doubt that will be removed in the young stage itself. Other than that, there is no genetic purity problem. Only problem is sometimes this type of viral diseases spread from other field. That plant is completely removed and destroyed so that it's not spread to the entire crop. So the crop, when it goes from our field, it should be disease-free, virus-free. The tissue culture plantlets also, which when it developed from the institute, that has been actually subjected to virus indexing by our pathology group. Only the seedlings which are cleared of viral indexing has actually taken to the field for further multiplication. Pyrrhilub is actually not a problem. It's actually whenever there is a small rain and stop in between rains, it comes. Many times it is washed away. It is not going to be a problem. It's a very minor, and there is no need to worry about it or go for any control measure. I think I have completed all these queries from your chats. Is there any?
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I don't think if there are any questions anymore in the chat also. If there are any questions by the participants, they can ask right now. Otherwise, we'll consider this session to be concluded. Are there any questions? Anyways, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee as well as on behalf of NADCL, would like to thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for the insights into the subject. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, sir. We may all leave and join back in the second session in the afternoon. Thank you.
Sir, what will be the time? Hello?
The time will be, it is as communicated.
At 2:15, sir.
No, it's at, just a second. It's 2:30. It's 2:30. We'll let you join before a few minutes so that the session starts around 2:30. The session is scheduled at 2:30. Link will be shared via WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks all.